appreciated is when I asked you Wednesday what it would mean to be an All-Star, you acknowledged it would mean a lot. So now that it's official, how do you feel?
Yeah, no, it feels awesome. I think, again, you put so much work into your craft, and obviously like for people that know me, it's all about winning team stuff. Like I want to be a winner, but be able to be recognized like that is definitely awesome, and it means a lot just because there's a lot of hours, unseen hours that's been put, for it to happen, and it's a blessing. I think obviously like you feel like there's a couple of times there where you could have been there too, but hey, I'm blessed like to be there now. New team, new organization, like just everything that they've been able to just show for me. Like I always talk about it because I think it's special. Like not a lot of guys get that. So I'm really appreciative of it. The fans, just for the support. Like every single time I'm out somewhere, it's like we appreciate you. Like all that means a lot. So. It's exciting, and I'm happy that I'm able to represent the Pacers out there.
The video is pretty cool with the coaches and staff last night. What
that was cool. I wasn't expecting it. Again, that just shows, like I said, like not a lot of organizations do that. Like seeing the head coach there, waiting for you, to surprise you. Like those little things that don't seem like a lot. It means a lot in the grand scheme of things. I think just because I've been in the league for that's my 9th year. Like I've seen a lot, so I know what the other side looks like. So I think I'm definitely blessed and I appreciate it.
Does it mean anything to you to have been an All-Star with 2 different franchises for a long stretch of time now?
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I never really thought about it like that, but it's pretty dope. Like, and I think like even when I talked to Chad, it was like like when I got 10,000 points, and it was like, man, like once you get 10,000 points with us, like that's their mentality, and I think it just says everything about the organization, and for me, like it feels good that I'm able to be recognized as a Pacer.
How proud are you just in terms of the way you've been able to change your game to fit this week? I mean, basically to figure out what the roles are. You've obviously had different roles in Toronto, different times there. I mean, just the fact that you're able to figure out exactly what you do quickly.
Yeah, no, I think it's been it's definitely one of those teams that we always look at. I got my whole team also, like people that look just want my best interest out there on the court. Like Pacers was always a team that we looked at, and just thought like the skill set that I have as a player just fit perfectly into what we do. And I think obviously it's taking time, and I still think that there's so much more that we can accomplish, like that I can accomplish, and even still figuring out me and Ty and like me and Miles, like there's so many other things that we can do. So I think the sky's the limit, but again, I think just being able to get to this point, and it was hard. Like it's a lot of sacrifices, and I'm doing things that I haven't really done in a couple of years, like picking up full court, guarding guys. Like I'm taking pride in my defense, like, and I think that's like the coaching staff encouraging that, like everyone. So it's been great. It's been a great fit, like, and I think, like I said, we have a lot more to do and to accomplish.
Pascal, what's the impact? You haven't been here that long, but what's the impact you're hoping that you've already made here on this franchise going forward?
I mean, it's hard for me to think about impact just because, like you said, we're in the thick of it. I'm trying to accomplish as much as I can as a player. So I don't really look at that way. But for me, like if it's one thing that I want people to know about me, it's like I'm all about the work. I'm all about putting everything out there. The support that I get, like the love that I get, I give it back. And that's what you got to know about me, And I'm gonna give everything that I have for the city, for our team, and I'm gonna leave it all out there. And I promise you, I'm gonna do everything that I can, for us to win and be a winning organization.
Is it the same reaction getting being named an All-Star multiple times compared to that first time, or is it still similar excitement?
No, it's definitely similar excitement. I think, like I said, like I feel like I missed out a couple of times on some All-Stars. So this one feels, it does feel like somewhat of a first time again, just because obviously the new team, but also like it's been a little bit, and you can never take it for granted, just because at the end of the day, like when I got it the first time, I thought it was going to happen all the time, and it doesn't. So you got to be grateful.
Do you have any keepsakes from your first 2 All-Star games? Do you keep like your uniform somewhere special or anything?
That's a good question, man. I've been moving a lot, so like I don't know. Like that's a good question, bro. Like I probably gotta go in the archives and trying to find, but I try to keep it. Keep it around, like, I know some of my family members probably want some of the stuff, but I'm sure if I really dig deep and go look for it, like it's probably somewhere. You know, I try to keep it because I think it's special.
This is the time of year where guys can get tired, worn down. I don't sense that from this group. I see as much enthusiasm and energy as any point in the year. Is that accurate?
No, I think we trending in the right direction. Right? I think obviously we've had a lot of ups and downs, and some really downs, where it felt at times where like that, we didn't look like a team, or like we weren't connected, and we didn't play full games, but I think we're getting better at that. And for me, like I said, I always say it, I want to repeat it, I want everyone to think about it. It's like April, May, and June. Like that's where we want to be our best, and that should always be our focus. Be able to work as hard as we can and continue to peak at the right time, because that's what it takes. Like I've been on teams, where the season's been a little shaky, but if you peak at the right time, like you can make some noise, and I think that's what we want to do. And we're playing great basketball right now, and defensively, offensively, we just got to keep that. Like we gotta be hungry for that. We can't be satisfied. Like it's got to be an everyday thing. And I think the coaches are doing a good job of reminding us that.
Coaches are all gathered, and you find out that Pascal's an all-star. What did that mean to you and the organization?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. We didn't know what was going to happen, but we wanted to be there. We certainly felt that he was deserving, and when he was the second name that was mentioned, it was pretty ecstatic.
Did you make the case to him for any other coaches, and if so, what did you tell them about what he's done for you guys?
I don't talk about that stuff.
Who put together that event last night that you guys wrote together for? It seemed like he was surprised that everybody was all there.
That was a pre-existing player event for, I think, season ticket holders, and so the additional event upstairs in the private room was something that was put together in the last few days.
Just allow him to be as consistent as he's been. Obviously, the skill set's there. What about his approach has made it so that he's giving you what you get every day?
He puts in the work. Pascal is a great worker. I went down to Orlando in the spring along with Kevin and Chad and Lloyd, and it was a recruiting visit. To recruit him back to sign, one thing, and then I also met with David Thorpe and David Gale, who were the summer trainers, and David Thorpe does a great job with his guys. He's got Nembhard, he's got Thomas Bryant, he's got Pascal, and I talked to them about a couple of things that I wanted them to try to work on, and they did tremendous work, and Pascal put the work in. One of them was three-point shooting, and working more on that. And so I think a lot of this comes down to his consistency on the court. It is reflective of the consistency with which he works at the game.
I was going to say, Andrew and Ben, obviously them both back today. How are they doing? Were they limited in any way?
Not limited, no. I think there's a good chance Andrew plays tomorrow. I think he'll be talking to you guys. So Ben had a stomach ailment, but he was better yesterday, and he was even better today. And he's still not feeling 100%, but hopefully by tomorrow he's a lot closer to 100%. So, but he practiced, and he looks a lot better than he did 2 days ago.
Back basically as far as conditioning, just getting back to being who he is. Where do you see him at as far as obviously he's healthy, but he's getting back to being.
Well, the Detroit game was a big test. 32 minutes, guarding the guys that he was guarding, running hard. I thought a defining moment was the block that he had in transition, which they called a foul that we challenged, and it was overturned. But he sprinted full court, jumped off that ankle. And I asked him about it again today. He said, "Yeah, it was like no hesitation at all. He was feeling good." So those are great signs. But when you miss that amount of time, the work continues. The rehab stuff goes on long after the rehab is done. So, he's still working hard on it, but so far it's not too good.
Drew, how's the back today? What were you able to actually do and go through?
It feels good. It feels good. Back out there, moving up and down, ready to go tomorrow.
Was it a pain thing? I think Rick said something about the flight back potentially being part of this too. When did you feel that something wasn't right there?
It just got a little tight. I felt a little bit before the game in Paris. After the game, it got tightened up. Nothing too crazy.
What did you think of what Ben Shepherd did on Cade after the night you had against him a few weeks ago?
I think they did a great job. I think him and Watt did a good job of picking him up early, making it tough on him. We knew he was going to score, he's going to make plays, but we want to kind of make it tough on him, let him live in that mid-range spot. So I think Shep does a great job defending.
What did you think when Pascal was officially named All-Star yesterday?
I'm excited for him, man. He's been a real great pleasure for this team, just his veteran presence. I'm just happy for him, though. I'm just happy for him. He works so hard, brings good energy all the time, so happy for him.
How much is now that you guys have 11 back? Obviously, you and Benny tonight, but the fact that you guys have 11 guys thrown out there, what do you think that's doing as far as helping you guys play the full pressure that you've been playing? How much does that depth allow you guys to turn that up?
Yeah, I think more guys, more energy, more subs. You can bring fresh legs, keep the pressure on them, wear them down. So more depth only can help with the amount of energy we have to exert on the team.
How much is that becoming your identity? I mean, that's certainly something you guys picked up a lot, in the playoffs last year during the full court pressure. How do you feel like that's changed what you guys can do and the way you guys can wear a team out?
Yeah, I think that's how we win games. I think it's been our identity, so it's shown us how to win games, and I think we got to stick with that if we want to keep doing that going forward.
It's the last day of January. You're likely to finish the month top 5 in the league in defense in January. It's been a long time since this franchise can say that. What would you attribute it to?
I think the coaching staff has done a great job identifying what works for us, and giving us the blueprint every game, depending on who it is, and understanding when we're having lapses to kind of check us in those places. And I think we've all individually as players made jumps in terms of being more comfortable on that side of the floor and feeling each other out on that side of the floor.
There was some talk at the beginning of the year that there was, some adjustment to the physicality, how the refs weren't calling things as much, and that was maybe adjusting when you had the ball. But now are you adjusting that you can be that physical team and to get away with it a little bit more?
Yeah. You always want to be the aggressor, be the physical team, offense or defense in this league. I think that's how you set the tone for the game, and kind of the refs seem to kind of give those teams a call. It's always nice to be physical.
You don't know the matchups, but if you're matched up with Trae Young, what are the keys to containing him?
Take away the three. He wants to shoot the ball from deep, and also once you take away the three and he gets a little step on you, kind of beat him to the rim and try to make him take tough shots. It's a 5-man job. We got to be in the gas. We got to shrink the court, kick out, put there on the catch. So it's a 5-man job.
That block's been called the turning point of the game. Kind of take me through your perspective on that. And again, what Rick said was noteworthy as you jumped off the ankle that you'd injured and you didn't feel anything.
Yeah, it was good. During the chase down block, I didn't think about it. And it was just kind of resorting back to my nature and what I do. Make winning plays, make big time plays. So, it was good. It's a good sign to continue to build and, get that confidence, leaving.
I know as a player, you think it's always clean.
It was clean.
You were selling yourself. I mean, I guess you're happy that the staff trusted you. And, that ended up, could you speak to what kind of play that ended up being?
It would have been a big momentum play for them. It would have been a transition dunk, defeat for us. Probably would have had to call a timeout afterwards. So, it just kept the momentum on our side. And I don't know if we went down and scored afterwards, but regardless, it just helped keep the momentum with us.
Sitting right here, Wes.
So what has been the process like physically? You just getting back, basically, like once you got out there, played some real minutes, what have you noticed? What's coming back quickly? What's taking a little longer?
Getting your legs underneath you, see legs, and we start running real heavy. Getting those back, getting my wind back. So these last 2 games have been pretty good, wind-wise, feel-wise. Like it's been really good. Yeah.
What makes Pascal an all-star to you?
How he affects the game on both ends of the floor. And for us, it's not just, what he does in between the lines, it's his leadership off the floor as well. So, he's an all-star through and through.
You're someone that prides yourself on defense, and the team has made great strides. How would you describe the defensive improvement this year?
Oh, it's been great. You know, we talked about, you know, being third and the last 10. I don't know where we are now, but, you know, we made great strides on that side of the ball, and we still got a lot of season left to build and get better, you know, which is exciting. So as long as we continue to build and take that into the playoffs, you know, it's going to be fun.
Health's a big part of it, but how much is physicality?
They go hand in hand. Like we play a physical game, physical team right now. We're pretty healthy, so you know, we can be thankful for that, and you know, just take it day by day.
How are you seeing this group function differently as the defense? I guess, and obviously the numbers are there, but what do you feel like you guys do different than you were doing, you know, when you got?
I think it's also a combination of we've had a lot of returners. You know, we've been working the same system for a while now, so it's becoming pretty much second nature for a lot of guys, and making little minor tweaks per game or here and there. You know, it becomes easier, you know, once we get with the amount of guys that've been doing it for a while.
How much more dedication is there to the full court pressure, and how much the fact that you guys have 11 rotation guys? I mean, how much do you think that makes a difference? How much you can do it?
Yeah, it wears on people. Nobody likes that pressure. Nobody likes being uncomfortable.
Right.
And, you know, we do that for 94 feet, 40 minutes of the game. Like, it's hard to sustain that as an opposing team.
Aaron, what's it like? You just mentioned leadership with Pascal, but what's it like working with him day in and day out?
Oh, it's great, man. Like he brings great energy. You know, he's a great guy in the locker room, great guy on the court. Like, you know, I can't speak enough to, you know, how much he's helped change the trajectory of our team from coming from last year to this year. So, yeah, it's been wonderful.